Hey guys, Martin here from Mattress Clarity. Congratulations, you're gonna buy a weighted blanket. But which one should you get? I have 4 here today I think could be a great match for lots of different types of people. And this fuzzy guy here might be one of them. Let's get started. Okay, before we talk about my top picks, let's talk about the criteria you should consider when you're buying a weighted blanket. First, weight. Of course, it's a weighted blanket, but how heavy should it be? How light should it be? It's a very simple formula you can use. You take your body weight, you divide by 10, then you add or subtract 1 or 2 pounds, depending if you like a lighter weighted blanket or a heavier weighted blanket. So for me, I like it a little bit heavier. 230 pounds is my weight. I divide it by 10, 23 pounds. I add 1 or 2 pounds, 25-pound weighted blanket, perfect for someone my size. Also, think about the size of your bed. If you have a queen size bed, you don't want a king size weighted blanket. If there's any overhang, it can actually be pulled off the bed by its own weight, and you don't want that. Also, think about weight distribution. If you have it heavier in certain parts of your body, lighter in other parts of your body, is it well distributed throughout the entire weighted blanket? Finally, as with all weighted blankets and with all blankets, think about breathability. Think about, am I gonna be sleeping cool or sleeping hot? I'm personally a hot sleeper, so sleeping hot is a main concern of mine. But what are your concerns buying a weighted blanket? Is it breathability? Is it weight? Is it weight distribution? Just write in the comments below. I'm interested to see what people say. But let's hop into my top picks. Okay, first up, we have the YNM weighted blanket. Now, I'm a huge fan of this blanket because of how durable it is. A big issue with weighted blankets sometimes is with a finer fill, it can actually spill out of your weighted blanket and go all over your bed or your room. You definitely don't want that. But with this blanket here, you have some great stitching, an extra layer here as well to make sure the fill doesn't come out as well. So a very, very good option if you're looking for something durable and long lasting. In addition, as a company, you have a lot of options. You have a 5-pound weighted blanket for children. You have heavier weighted blankets for people my size. You also have a cooling weighted blanket with bamboo in the cover for extra breathability. So whatever you're looking for, you should find it with YNM. Next up, we have the Quility weighted blanket. Now, I love this weighted blanket for an obvious reason. You can see this awesome cover it comes with. It's a Minky cover. Now, Minky is a polyester blend. It's very, very soft to the touch, kind of like a child's blanket or a throw pillow. So on this side, very, very smooth. You flip it over, it kind of has these bumps here. Now, this is kind of has a massage-like quality to it. So lying under it felt absolutely fantastic. In addition, it's very warm and insulating. So some people with a weighted blanket, especially on colder nights, need a comforter on top or an extra blanket. I used this on a colder night, I needed nothing else. It was very warm and insulating. So if you want a simple piece of bedding to use as a weighted blanket and as a blanket, this is a great option for you. Okay, next we have the Baloo weighted blanket. I'm a big fan of this weighted blanket for one specific reason. That's the construction. You can see it here. You have this piping here. The squares over here as well. There's fill in both the piping and the squares. And what that does is distribute the weight evenly throughout the entire blanket. A big issue with a lot of weighted blankets is it can feel kind of like patchy. So over here it's heavier, over here it's lighter, not with the Baloo. I feel laying underneath it, even weight across my entire body. Also, it's a green company. They only use harmless chemicals in their cotton. Now, while there's only 2 options right now, a 15-pound and a 20-pound, the 20-pound was definitely heavy enough for me. And last but not least, we have the Cute King weighted blanket. Now, I'm a big fan of this weighted blanket for one reason, that is the breathability. Now, a big issue with a lot of weighted blankets are they make you overheat while you sleep. You have more of this fill, they're not as breathable. So you get sweaty, you get clammy while you sleep, not a great experience. However, with the Cute King, I slept nice and cool even under this heavier blanket. Why is that? The construction. So a lot of weighted blankets use polyester or a microfiber inside the pocket here as well to kind of hold it inside, hold the fill inside. Now, if you have too much of that and not enough fill, it's not very breathable. So this has less microfiber, less fabric, more fill. So less fabric, more fill, more breathable, cooler sleeping experience. Also, a lot of options for you as well. They have a 15-pound, 20-pound, 22-pound, 25-pound. As long as you're in the weight range of like 130 up to my size of like 230 to 250, it's a lot of options for you as well. And that's about it. I think if you do want to buy a weighted blanket, one of these 4 could be a good match for you. Just remember to think about the weight distribution, and the breathability. If you're still confused or you want a personal recommendation, just leave a comment below.